You know, it's a crazy world that we're living in these days. There's serial killers, fraternity dudes, modern day feminists, cars that drive themselves, robots doing push-ups and shit. Look, the end is near, people, and Darwin's theory of natural selection is still holding true for this amazing generation of human beings. Because recently there's been quite a few stories surfacing about people who have all died while attempting to take a selfie. There's been over 250 cases of selfie fatality around the globe since 2011. That's right, all those people who love themselves so much they have to have their little selfie sticks to admire the way they look at all times are now losing their lives over that perfect shot. And that's where I'll start this shit show. These are all people who have died while attempting to take a selfie. In 2015, an unnamed English hiker was struck by lightning while traveling through the Brecon National Park. It was a stormy day in the park, but that didn't bother this man who needed to get that amazing view of the perfect selfie. As he approached the top of the mountain, he held his selfie stick high with pride, trying to capture that beautiful panorama shot. He held that metal rod so high, in fact, that he ended up turning himself into Benjamin Franklin's key in that exact moment, injecting himself with 1 billion volts of energy. In other words, this man got fried up like some Chinese takeout by this one lightning bolt. Remember kids, going up to the peak of a mountain while it's storming with a metal rod in your hands? Not the smartest move, and definitely not the discovery this young man was trying to make that day. In 2016, a Chinese man named Jai was visiting a zoo when he was trying to take some videos with a walrus in the background. This all seemed innocent enough. It was really just a nice man trying to send some photos back to his family with some of our Tusk friends in the background. Well, I guess Jai got a little bit too close, and one of those big 1.5 ton son of a bitches decided that it was feeding time and grabbed this man from behind, taking him over the railing and dragging him down into the water. Can you imagine you're just down there with this thing in its very own element as it's trying to give you the hug of death?
In this corner, weighing at a whopping 1.5 thousand pounds, we have Wally the Walrus! Give it up!
Let's go, baby. I've been waiting for some dumbass to get that close ever since I saw what they did to my guy Harambe. It's revenge time, boy.
And in this corner, weighing an abysmal 130 pounds, we have Jai, the only Asian dude who can't calculate how far he should be standing from this fucking railing.
They tried to save the guy, but their efforts failed as this walrus held the death grip until he ran out of oxygen. Look, you never know when you might take that one last selfie that triggers one of these animals they keep pent up in that prison of a holding tank. They're just sitting in there getting tired of seeing all these stupid humans with their fucking cameras every day. You know, I'd probably kill someone too if they had me confined like this. Free my dog Wally, man. And I guess over in Russia, people just do whatever the fuck they want, cause these two young lads got their hands on an active military certified grenade, and just like anyone else in this story, the first thing they decided to do was take a selfie with the bomb and send it to a few of their buddies. That's when this guy, Alexander Chechik, accidentally pulled the pin out of the granada and blew his fucking legs off. Needless to say, this man died on impact, and he never got to see his photo blow up on social media. And if there's someone I don't feel bad for at all on this list, it's definitely this next guy. So David Lopez was chilling at the annual Running with the Bulls festival over in Spain. If you don't know, Running with the Bulls is something they do in Spain every year, where they let loose a cattle of bulls in the city as people try to watch on and some even try to entertain. First off, I just want to say these types of traditions involving fucking with animals, they're just beyond messed up. And this is the type of shit I get really pissed about because the poor bulls are just so scared. If you watch the videos, they just look so lost. And anyone who participates in this bullshit deserves absolutely what's coming to them. And David learned a lesson that day when he tried to pose for a selfie in front of two bulls colliding, and a third bull ended up coming up and third partying this poor son of a bitch, impaling him right in the neck and thigh with his horns. So basically this guy's body was just hanging on by a single horn, getting tossed around like an old rag doll. Listen man, it's quite the way to go, I can't lie. But maybe not quite as good as Oscar Otero when he made the mistake of shooting himself in the face after trying to flex for Instagram and post a picture with a gun up to his head. Listen, my fellow Hispanics, posing with guns and money doesn't make us look good or even successful at all. It actually makes you look like you don't know what the fuck you're doing with either of those two things. And in this case, this idiot meant to hit the camera button, but he was apparently so drunk off his ass that he accidentally pulled the trigger and blew his fucking brains out. You know, when you're handling a gun, I think the first thing you'd make sure is, for one, that the safety is on, and for two, you better watch that itchy trigger finger, motherfucker. And this last woman died after taking a video for Snapchat. Ironically, seconds before her death, she was singing that song Happy by Pharrell Williams. She posted this video of her on Facebook while almost simultaneously getting into a fatal accident. Geez, that's one way to really kill the vibe, huh? And I'm not surprised at all by this one, because for one, birds love talking shit on Snapchat. And for two, when I'm driving around, I see people on their phones all the time. Even when they're going 80 plus miles an hour on the highway. If I asked one of you to close your eyes for 8 seconds at a time while you're driving, you would say I was an idiot. But this is literally doing the same thing right here when you're snapping and driving and texting and driving. You're putting not only your own life, but other people's lives at risk too. But overall, us men definitely have to do better because we made up a whopping 75% of selfie deaths worldwide. I'm not surprised because at large, we choose to make some stupid choices. We really have to stop this problem with idiots and their selfie obsessions. People are even suggesting no selfie zones and shit like that, but I kind of have a better idea. How about you fucks just use some common sense? I know it's pretty rare to come across these days, but all these deaths could have really been avoided if they just paid a little bit more attention to the world going on around them and took their nose out of their fucking phones and Snapchat for once. Maybe we just need to administer some type of test to decide whether you can handle the power of the modern day smartphone. Have all these dumb motherfuckers running around with Nokias and Razors and shit. But I want to thank you guys for watching. What would you think if this is how you went out, man? Do you even deserve a gravestone? I don't know. I might have to be texting in the obituary. But for real, thank you for watching. Please leave a like on the video. Just kind of a new format I'm going to be playing with a little bit, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be having some normal commentary coming soon, so yeah, drop a like on the video. Follow me on my social medias at Jamari Speaks. Have some good conversations. Peace.
Hey, free, cause I do not do this for no dollar. Better know that I get paid though, and I put interest on that peso. Business manager on speed out, that nigga do my say so. My ties faithful, the pride come before the fall. I ain't tripped in a while. Developed the gap, already gifted with guile. I found the key, I'm on the kite. I get these Benjamins now. A flash of light and niggas interested now. The fans, they fuck.